Welcome back to Full Stack Automation with Ruby. Rich Downey, and in the last video we looked at running all of our Cucumber Selenium feature files, each file in its own Docker container of the app. And in this video I'm going to show you how to not only run those in their own containers, but API tests in their API feature file in its own Docker container for API testing. So if you look under the features directory, I've added an API directory and a web. I essentially just moved all our feature files from the last video under this web directory. So we have a container running here, 3048. So if I run Cucumber features web authentication and we pass in port equals 3048. So yeah, we have a change here. We're requiring web equals true. I actually created a new hooks web file where if environment variable web is passed in, we generate a browser. Since we won't be needing a browser for API tests, we don't want to spend time doing that, waste time doing that if we don't need it. So I will add web equals true, and I'll just keep it the same as the rake task here and do headless equals true. There we go. So that's how we run single feature files for web. Now if we want to run a API test, we need to go to the API directory now, and we'll have a comps feature file. So let's do that. Again, we don't need the headless or web since it's an API test, and it's pending. I plan on automating this with HTTP Party and get that working in the next video perhaps. But for now, we just want to prove that we can run API tests and web tests in their new homes. So let's look at. We looked at the environment. We looked at the new hooks. So again, if environment variable web is passed into the command, we generate the browser. Eventually we'll have a mobile, probably a hooks mobile RB for generating Appium tests and all the configuration in that. But for today we'll just do the difference between web and API. So if we look at our rake, we'll see some changes here. I had to modify the capturing the feature files in an array by adding this any directory under feature files and their feature files. So that gives us all the API and the web features. We also, I changed the original rake task Chrome, since we're not just running Chrome anymore, we're running all scenarios, Chrome browser, web, and API. So I'll just name it task as FSAR. We'll build the containers and then we'll build FSAR, full stack automation with Ruby. Not much. I moved the pop of the file, which pulls the feature file path and name from out of the system command itself and captured it here. That way we could case on it, so if it sees web in the path, it'll run the web system command with the proper environment variables. If it sees API in the path, it's just going to run it, just that feature file with no environment variables, except for the port, of course. So yeah, let's see how this looks. Rake build FSAR, and I have these put statements here that'll show us scenarios which port they're running in for API and web. So you'll see the first one, web scenario, is running in port 3044. These are all webs, and then it gets down to the API, which is running in its own container 3052, and that API test is already finished. 0.257 milliseconds there. And now it's going through and running the web scenarios in their own containers per feature file in a headless browser. There's quite a bit there, but it's kind of neat to be able to run everything and scale across different containers in regards to the web files, feature files, and the API feature files. So, thanks.